Welcome. We are we are here to draw a solid figure. This solid figure here is an isometric out of these views given. These are orthographic views drawn in first angle projection. As you can see, we have a plan, we have the front, we have the end elevation. So it is out of these views that we are going to come up with our solid figure that is in isometric, taking x as the lowest point. Now if we say x is the lowest point and this is the front, it means this line that measures 90 is going to be on one isometric line on this side, and this other line that will go the other side will be on this other isometric line. So that is how we are going to do it, and therefore we are going to have 90, and the vertical height is going to take this as 80. So we just measure our 80, 90, 90 respectively, then we transfer it to our block diagram. So we are first of all going to draw a block diagram from which we can be able to come up with our solid figure that is expected to be drawn. So let's measure our height of the block, and this is our block. We can make an arc, and then we measure our 90, and then we come and then we include it here, then we finish with this, we finish with that. So we are going our block, and then we complete this, and with the same activity we come and complete this other side. So complete this as well. Just come and complete this, So of course this one is also 30 degrees. You're going to have this here. Look for that point. And lastly, you can finish this. Good. Now, this block diagram is the one we are going to use as we draw our expected solid figure. If you look at it, you'd realize now that this part is going to give us the front elevation, this one here, and this one here is going to give us our end elevation, this one here, and now we shall also have our plan from top. So as from the front, you can see we have this letter L, the strip which we are going to measure as 10 millimeter from here to here, from here to here, and then we complete it. So we measure our 10 millimeter. We measure 10 millimeter. Bring it here. We make an arc. We make an arc. Also at this side, we make an arc. Then now we complete using our set square. So again, on the vertical side, we're going to have this. So your vertical. At that point, so that strip as it goes, and then now we are going to complete on this other side again. Just bring this, you complete this using your set square, 30 degree set square. Then we shall bring the vertical the vertical from this point, because now we shall also have this. And lastly, we shall bring this on this point. Of course, now this side and this side have to join. You have to join this. Now, good. We are having now this, out of which we have extracted our front. This is our front. And now we want to include our plan. From the top, you will see this part here, which is this one. And then now you are going to see this part, which is this one, with some two holes somewhere. And then now at the corners, it is bent. It's a curve. So that is what we are going to do. We are going to include this curve together with the circles. So first of all, let's draw the circles, which are 20 millimeter inwards, 20 millimeter. So for center line is 20 millimeter from both the sides. We can measure using your compass. You can have your 20 millimeter. This is 20, come with it. So from here up to here is 20. Again, same applies to this side. It's 20. This other one is also 20. So we are going to join so that we get the lines. We get the axis. The first axis comes from there. And then the second one, again, can have another one here. Next, we can have this. And then again, this one here. Now once you have that, of course they were supposed to align, but because of some small errors. Now once we have this, we are going to have rhombus, because for us to draw a circle in isometric we need to follow some procedure. So we are going to have a rhombus that will circumscribe the smaller circle, equally the same with this one here, equally with this. So let's draw a rhombus of radius of side 30. That means 15, 15, 15 on all the axes. So we have to measure our 15. That is 15. Or 1.5 centimeters. So we bring here, we get the center, then we have our 15. We have our 15. Our 15, same applies to this other side, just 15, 15, 15, 15. So now we draw them. So we are going to draw the lines that will go through those points. Of course, that degree line, the first line can go through this point here. So we draw. Of course, another one passes through this one here, here. So bring this, include it. So that line, so same applies to this other side. We bring this, we draw it. Of course we shall draw this other side. Then with your set square again, that would be good. Bring this, because from through that point you can have that line, and then again we come with it here. We have this, then again this side passes through here, and lastly this other point. So these are just the rompers, these rompers, we are going to use them when we want to put the circles. Now once we are through with that, we are going to have the circles. We join the longest diagonals. So we join this one here, join the longest diagonal. Same applies to this other side. We join the longest diagonal, so we join this one again. Once we've joined the longest diagonal, we are going to have this midpoint coming here, this midpoint coming here, this midpoint coming here, this midpoint coming here. The reason as to why we are doing so, we want to get the 4 arcs that will form our circle in isometric, those circular holes. So we join that again, come here, and then we join this. Same applies to this other side. We are joining from midpoint, this midpoint, that center, from this point to that center. Let's work with one semicircle first, or one circle first, or one rhombus, then we shall complete with the other. Now here we are assuming this is center O, and this one can be O1 and this one can be O2. Of course this is O1, this is O, this is O2. So taking O to that point of the midpoint as the radius, we can draw the arc. From there we draw that arc. The same arc can be drawn on this other side. Taking that other center, we complete the arc. Sorry, we can erase this. We come back, taking this. Okay, we can complete this. Next, we are going to take this center and that radius. We take this center with that radius, and then we complete the arc. Of course, for arc method is an estimate method. We might not get the accurate results, but at least we have that circle that's going to circumscribe, be circumscribed within the rhombus. So that is the first circle. The second one is here. Again, we do the same thing. We complete this. Again, the same thing on this other side. We complete that. Then now the radius here with that. Complete this. Then the same on this side. Complete that. Okay, those are the circular holes. Now the circular holes have depression. They have depression in such a way that we are going to have a center whereby we are dropping this center by some value of equal to this height. So we drop a center from here vertical downwards by this distance. So we're going to use your vertical edge as usual. With your horizontal edge, we can drop this so that it comes. Sorry for that interference. We are dropping this. So we drop this center by some value. This value here is this one here. That is the 20 millimeter value. We drop it. Once you drop it, you are going to take the same radius, this radius you used to draw that arc. Okay, this radius, you come with it at that point, and then you complete. That is the depth of the circle. Then the same thing will apply to here. You just transfer the distance to this center here to get a new center. Then we take the radius I mean from here. Then we draw your depth. You have drawn your depth. So these are circular holes. Now we want to draw the curved edges. As from this, you can see the front, it has some curved edges, which is 20 radius, 20 millimeter radius. So we are now first of all get to know where 20 is. From here towards this side we get 20. So from your compass and your measuring tool, can take 20. Because the radius is 20, it means we are going to have 40. This is 20. So if this is 20, that is the radius. So it means we are going to have a 40 side rhombus, or a rhombus having side 40. So first of all get a 20, then we again get our 20. This one becomes 40. So this other side, it's the same thing, 20. Then again you come here, get your 40. Same applies to this side. This is 20. So again we get our 40 here. So this rhombus, this is 20. We get another. So these are two. Again, we do the same way by joining using the set squares. So this one here, we shall join through this point. This point it was what was giving us 20. So we join. Again, this other point, we join. Then this side again, this side again, we join our 20. We join this, our 20, somewhere there. Then we also join this. Okay. So these are new rhombus, out of which we are going to have these curved faces, these curved edges. Now, as you can see, this is a rhombus, and then this is a rhombus. We want to use it so that we can have a curve that is going to form this curved part and this other part. So what we shall do, we shall have the connection from here up to here, then from here up to this point, and then we complete our longest diagonal. So we can have our longest diagonal drawn. It was supposed to coincide. That's the longest diagonal. Of course this other side, they're supposed to coincide. It's only that maybe there's some bit of error somewhere, but they should coincide the way this one has coincided. So once you have this, you can now join from here to this point again, the same way we did with the other rhombus. We join this, we join that, and we come again, we join this other side. We just join this other side. Okay, now once we have that, we are going to use this one now as our new radius. Starting from this point, adjust your canvas to that point. Okay, and once you adjust your canvas to that point, you can join the two. When you join the two, you get our new curve. Okay, and then we are going to drop the center by this value again. Just bring it. It is dropping from here along the same to there. So taking the same radius the way it is at first, it was at first, we bring it here, then now we complete. So we are going to complete this. Okay, so we have gotten the curve. The same thing we repeat here. Now for this other side, we are going to use now this curve. Okay, we are going to use this curve. So for that curve, it means we are joining this point to that corner. We join it here. Okay, because this is the rhombus we are using. Remember, we are using the outer one, so we just join the midpoint to the starting point. Of course, the same applies this other side. Join the midpoint to the starting point. That is the corner. Once you are there, you are going now to take this radius from here, because this line is meeting this somewhere here. So this is the radius we shall use, and then you draw your curve. You draw your curve. Of course, you will drop down from that point. This point will drop by some depth. So this depth again, we shall come and establish it. See how we shall do it. We shall have your vertical. You drop. We are dropping this center again, because it is the center we have used. We are dropping this center by some value. We are dropping it by this value. Okay, so we drop, come here, dropping somewhere. So we are going to have another center here using the same radius, because we use this radius here. To draw that, we are going to use the same radius to finish the curve somewhere there. You just have to finish the curve somewhere there. And once you have that, you will now have your vertical or your tangent. Of course, that tangent there will be this tangent. It will touch the two curves. So we shall complete it. In fact, it will be part of the drawing, that tangent. Okay, that tangent. And then of course we shall connect this part, and then okay, because this one is a curve, allow me to just draw it, and then again allow me to use a free hand to join this. Okay, Then of course allow me to use a freehand again to join this, and then allow me also to do the same on this other side, but I will not draw the circles using freehand. I'm just trying to make it more clear. Then you can complete this straight line. You complete it. Okay, so now once you have that, you are going now to draw the other circle on this other side. This circle here is the one that is appearing in our end elevation. So we just come with your set square and your t-square, and we establish the center point because the radius is 45. If the radius is 45, it means we are going to inscribe it within 90 degree diameter, not 90 diameter, millimeter diameter. Okay, so because this one is 45, it means from here up to here is 90 as it is. So let's see, if this one is 90, this one is 80, it means our 45 will, our 90 will be somehow below our 80. Okay, so let's proceed and draw our rhombus that will be used to circumscribe our given face, the circular face. So we can just come and measure our 90. This is where our 90 will reach, somewhere there. We can still extend because we want that circle. It is within that circle that we can be able, that rhombus I mean, that is within that rhombus we can be able to get our expected so we can come, we're just trying to bring this again. We are forming a rhombus, and of course it is there because this is 90, this one here is 90, this is 90, this is 90. So we now want to establish the midpoint. Midpoint of course is half the distance, that is around 45. That is 45. So our midpoint is somewhere there. Of course, this one gives the axe. So we can completing, draw that vertical, then come and draw this. We are getting our point of intersection. So we have this again. Now this one is giving us our center. This one here, okay? This is giving us our center. Now we want to draw diagonals for the longest diagonal along that face. This is the longest diagonal. This is the longest diagonal. Once you have that longest diagonal, we shall join from here to somewhere here. Let's elongate this. Let's elongate this. We have elongated that. We are going to join because this is the longest diagonal. Sorry, in fact we have just messed up. The longest diagonal should be from here. Sorry for that. I wish we could erase. The longest diagonal is this one here. Sorry for that. So once we join this longest diagonal, okay, we can now join from this midpoint, from this. So a line will come from here to the midpoint. This is the midpoint. This is the midpoint. Okay, another line, because this the midpoint is also another midpoint, so we are going to have another one here, another line, the midpoints. Okay, that is it. Good. Now you realize that if we wanted to draw a circle in within this face, it means we want to take this radius up to that point, then we make that arc, then we take this one from this point to here, we make this arc, and then we come here, we take this radius from this point to here, then we make an arc, then we complete from this side, we make an arc. So what we shall do, we are going to take this radii, here it is, this longest radii, we come with it at this other extreme corner, then we make that arc, okay. Are you seeing? It's the same radius from one corner of that rhombus to the extreme opposite corner of the same rhombus, you draw that arc. Now because it is moving at a depth, so we'll have to know where it is. Here it is. We are going to move with it at a given distance of equivalent to this, so that you can have the outer curve. That is a parallel line, which is 30 degrees. So you just bring it, which corner did we use? We used that, so we just come and then we pick that distance. We can as well increase the depth or the distance. Then we take the distance. This distance is the one we are taking. We want to move with some value to get the new. This is the new center. Okay, once we have the new center, we can still pick the same radius, the one we used at first. Okay, this same radius. Of course, at first we stood with it here for us to form that. Now we come to the new center, then we complete. It should be exactly the same. Here it is. Where is this radius? Here it is. So you move to the new center. Here it is, and you complete this. You complete that. Once you've completed that, we want to complete this other side. Now we are using this radius. In this case, we shall use that, and this side, this radius, and then we complete. Okay, it's for arc, and you can see it's more of estimating some of the values. Then we shall now again move the same distance along the 30 degree set square from the new center. This has been the new center. Which one was the new center? The old center was this one here. We used this. So we are going to move this center. We are going to move that center to our new center using that line inwards at 30 degrees, inwards at a given distance equal to this one here, this one here. Okay, so we move with it. So that's our new center. Now because this is our new center, we are going to continue drawing our arc. So using this letter, okay, just come to the new center and just make a simple arc. That arc is just a simple one, a simple arc. Do you get? You just make a simple arc. Once you have made that simple arc, you'll have to join a tangent here. You'll have to join a tangent that touches the circle. Just join, okay, that tangent. And then once you join, you are through with the circles. You can just come and join the relevant lines. You join that, you join this, you join this, also join this, okay, you'll also join that. And then where else have we remained with? Now this one becomes our drawing, only that this part, the circular part, have to be completed. And because I've given out the explanation on how we draw them, if you're using the right pencils, you leave them the way they are. But I want to make them more visible, and I cannot fix my pen inside a compass. So allow me to use a freehand so that I can join the curves to make the drawing more clear. So I will start here, then continue, just follow the line, a free curve, it comes back to that point, then it assumes that shape, it takes over, then again I will stand here, come, fix, complete the curve, then come, complete the curve, rotate, then lastly I'll complete this other side, the free hand. Good. So this is the drawing that we were to make. We have followed all the steps that are needed to come up with this drawing according to these views in orthographic, in isometric view. So these circles here they are, and then they are reflected on the end elevation, and then on the plan here they are, and also on the front elevation they are seen coinciding as hidden lines or hidden details. Thank you for attending. Kindly don't forget subscribing to my channel for any more content that will be uploaded.